All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruchakwadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles and bishops of the Great Millstone, whom I learn this truth from. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect, Shalom. And I wanted to go into the video put up by Big Ward, the genius, okay, which is a Jake, through the spirit, I believe he watches the Hebrew Israelites, but he doesn't acknowledge that he's an Israelite. But just based off of some of his titles and the things he talks, the things he talks about, he's came across the Hebrew Israelites. But nevertheless, I wanted to go on the title of the video because it's biblical prophecy. And a lot of people, especially a lot of Jakes, are starting to, realize that something is wrong. Society, the people in it are off. Okay, and that is biblical prophecy. It's according to scriptures, man. Let's play this video. We'll grab a few scriptures, short, sweet, and to the point, and then we'll close it out.
Good afternoon. Today is Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to show y'all some in a minute. I'm just trying to figure out I can't explain it. The officer, how am I going to explain this? But I can't explain it. It's just more the same. It will explain itself. It will further prove that I'm not crazy, that I'm not making stuff up when I say people are possessed. As I look around, I see more and more things that absolutely make no sense. None whatsoever makes no sense. I'm at a point now where I wouldn't be surprised to see Godzilla coming out of Mobile Bay. I wouldn't be surprised. Because there's so much strange stuff going on around. I'm just going to say me. I can't speak for y'all.
All right. And, hey, Jake is even though he may not know it, Jake is speaking, he's speaking through the spirit. Stuff he's saying is pretty, it's on point, from a worldly standpoint. Okay, he said he wouldn't be surprised if Godzilla, which that's that's in the scriptures, all right, Leviathan. And Leviathan is getting ready to make his grand entrance, all right, very soon. Okay, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, the King of Terrors, is getting ready to wake up his pet, all right, to come out here and play and get active. Okay, let's play a little bit more.
Talking about what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. Hold on a minute.
Tonight, a paralyzed Mobile man has been sentenced in federal court after a deadly botched home invasion last year. Police say Okayi Day was arrested after he and a group of people tried to break into an apartment on Grelot. Day was charged with first-degree burglary, and tonight he's serving a federal sentence for illegally possessing a firearm as a convicted felon. Our Claudia Nichols is live now from the federal courthouse in downtown Mobile with what happened during that attempted burglary. And Claudia, Day admitted to having a gun.
Yeah, he did, Lenise. According to court documents, Day told police he was carrying a gun for his own protection because he had previously been shot and paralyzed. Even though he's serving a federal sentence, he's still going to face those state charges. Tonight, a paralyzed Mobile felon has just been sentenced in federal court to 5 years in prison after a deadly attempted burglary last year. Mobile police responded to Ashford Apartments on Grelot Road last April, finding one of the suspected burglars dead. Tense moments on Grelot Road as SWAT teams and canines approached the area right after the shooting. Yellow crime tape surrounding the apartments as investigators tried to figure out what happened. Police say a resident fired shots in self-defense after a group of people tried to break into his apartment. When officers arrived, they found Ring doorbell video showing 23-year-old Okoye Day and the others beating on the door of the man's apartment. According to court documents, a witness reported seeing Day with a gun. Fleeing the scene in his wheelchair, officers quickly found and arrested him. Court records say.
All right, so hey man, Jake in a wheelchair. Okay, out here committing crimes. Out here, being wicked, man. Okay, and the scriptures, the scriptures say these things will happen, in the last days. All right. Okay, evil's increasing. All right, like it talks about in the Apocrypha. Let's read this. Habakkuk 2:2, and it reads, "And the Lord Yahweh answered me, and said, Write the vision, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." All right. So these visions, they were written, throughout the Bible. All right, throughout the scriptures. Okay, and people are trying to pick up the scriptures and understand what's going on, but they don't have the Rakak Wadash to help them navigate, okay, what is truly happening via the Holy Scriptures. They can't put the puzzle together. All right, like we can. Habakkuk 2:3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. All right, all these prophecies and visions, they have their time where they're going to be fulfilled. All right, and we're in a time where certain scriptures are being fulfilled. Okay, the beast system being set up. Okay, the mark of the beast, the MOT to the beast, hip being implemented. World War III. All right, people, people crashing out. All right, people acting, people are weird. Okay, people are, people, like he said, people are possessed, and that is absolutely correct. All right, either you're possessed on the left-hand side or you're possessed on the right. Okay, in the majority, okay, all these people who aren't in the truth, all right, and they're possessed on the left-hand side. But at the end, it shall speak. All right, the visions are speaking loud and clear. Okay, you have to have the ears to hear. Okay, you got to hear it, man, and not lie. All right, none of these prophecies are gonna fail or lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right. So these prophecies, that were prophesied about, they're not tarrying. All right, and this is why you have people like him, and a lot of people on YouTube, talking about these things, talking about society, talking about people in general. All right, because people are starting to realize that that something is wrong. All right, something's off. Okay, with the people, man. All right, a lot of these people got jabbed up. Ultimately, man, a lot of these people just got spirits on them, man. They have demons, actual demons that are possessing them. Left-handed spirits that are possessing them to do these things, man. All right. Hence the title of his lesson. People ain't normal nowadays.
Court records say he had thrown federal sentence, reporting.
We're not lying when we tell you these gym shorts are only $10. Leave it to Fabletics to get you the most bang.
To break into somebody's house, do a burglary. Then the cops come. He try to take off rolling. Can't say running, rolling away. And the article, they quickly caught up with it. No shit. What was he thinking? Man, you're in a wheelchair. You're paralyzed, bruh. He wasn't thinking. Something is in the air. Something is wrong. Rational thought don't exist anymore, it seems like. People are getting creepier and creepier. Speaking of creepy, check this out.
Well, first at 5, a grisly discovery at a Foley apartment complex this week. Police found the body of a man who they said appears to have been dead for many days.
Police arresting a Foley woman they say failed to report that death. Our Hal Sherrick spoke with investigators and was at that bond hearing today.
And he found out it's the second suspected overdose death at the woman's apartment in the last 6 months.
54-year-old Valerie Bonner of Foley appeared in district court in a wheelchair Wednesday. Foley police say they tracked her down, checked into Baptist Hospital in Pensacola several days after she left a man lying dead in her apartment bedroom. It was a neighbor at Allison Point Apartments who called police with concerns.
Eventually she confessed to what happened to us. She said that the deceased died from possible overdose, and she didn't want us to know because she felt like she was going to get in trouble.
At the bond hearing, prosecutors told the court they believed the man had been dead between 10 and 14 days before he was found. Because Bonner didn't report the death, she was charged with abuse of a corpse. She's also charged with tampering with physical evidence because police say she removed the man's wallet and cell phone, throwing them in a dumpster. Even more disturbing, this isn't the first time police have been called to Bonner's apartment to investigate a death.
Approximately 6 months ago, same.
All right, so people are, where we're in, the times that the Lord prophesied about, right? The Lord said he was going to do these things, right? And we have to, hey man, stay prayed up, all right? Stay prayed up in these times, okay? Because people are crashing out, man. All right, people are one, people are one, all right, one word from flipping out, man. You say the wrong thing to a person, and you're liable to get sent back into the spiritual realm, right? Is why the scriptures say, soft answer turneth away wrath. Hey, we have to apply and use this wisdom now more than ever. Isaiah 19:14, and it reads, "The Lord Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof." All right, so the Lord is doing these things. All right, and this is what Jake don't understand. You Israelites, okay, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You don't, you're trying to make sense of what's going on through your own vain opinions, all right, through your own understanding. Okay, you're not going to, the scriptures. You're not coming to the prophets. You're not tuning in to all the edification that is going out day in and day out, all right, on what's going on and taking place in the earth and filtering it through the scriptures, man. Okay, the Lord is doing these things. The Lord is why people ain't normal, all right, why people are crashing out, bugging out, going insane. Okay, the Lord is doing this. The Heavenly Father, the one you call God, okay, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his own vomit. All right, everybody's going off, man. All right, this is why people ain't normal, and it ain't going back to normal. All right, the prophecies are full steam ahead. Okay, it's only gonna get worse, man. All right, people are only gonna get more weirder. People are gonna get more demonic. Okay, let's go into this this word perverse. Okay, just to show you what type of people that you're dealing with. All right, a person of their actions showing a deliberate or abstinent desire to behave in a way that is unreasonable or unacceptable, often in spite of the consequences. All right, so complete crash outs. All right, this is why. Hey man, the scriptures. The Yahweh Shimon Shai is beautiful. All right, he's magnificent, man. All right, these scriptures do not lie. The Lord is not a man that he should lie. Okay, he said he was going to put a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt. All right, which that is a code word for America, man. This is the modern day Egypt. All right, the Lord said he was going to put a perverse spirit in this place, and this is what we see. This is what we're seeing, man. All right, it's going on all around us. Okay, on your jobs, on your day to day, people are doing things that are unreasonable, and they don't care about the consequences, man. Okay, adultery is at an all-time high. All right, this is that's why you got STDs, at an all-time high, man. It's just this society is in an all out it's an all out chaos, man. All right. Let's go ahead and finish off here. Something quick. In fact, let's see if we can get a little bit more, on this video. See what we got.
Approximately 6 months ago,
Two, 6 months apart. Both OD. Husband, then another man. The man was in the apartment about 14 days, they said. He was stinking. She just left him in there. What's in these people's minds? What's in these people's minds? Put yourself in these situations. In your right mindset, how would you do that? How are you going to leave somebody in your apartment room, in your bedroom, dead for 14 days? In your right mind. You watching me right now. You right there. Listen to me. You got somebody in your next room, been dead for about 10 days, and you ain't even fazed by the smell. Listen, I don't wish this on nobody. You think a skunk, you hear about the smell of a skunk, right? The little animal, the skunk, how bad he smells. There's no worse smell on this planet than that of a dead body that's been decayed. There's no worse smell. I smell a few.
All right, and he's absolutely correct. All right, if you've smelled a dead body, all right, that smell can be stuck with you, all right, for a long time. Okay, I used to do crime scene cleanup, okay, when I was younger, and we dealt with a lot of decaying bodies, all right, and there's that stench, man, all right, it's unforgettable. Okay, so these people got demons on them. All right, for you to be able to be in a house, okay, for 14 days with a decaying body, and not and not have a problem with it, you have high level demons on you. All right, Matthew 24:12, and it reads, and because iniquity, all right, what's iniquity? Sin upon sin shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. And when you go into that word cold, it goes into psycho. Okay, or suko. People are psycho, man. Okay, people ain't normal. All right, people got You know, we're in a very, very high spiritual time. All right, we're at the end, okay, of Satan, Esau Edom's rulership. Okay, this is a very spiritual, high spiritual time. Okay, this is why you feel that those negative forces. This is why we feel, okay, those attacks at a high level, because we're at the end, man. All right, and as we get closer and closer to the end of this man's kingdom, all right, Esau's doing a lot of left-handed stuff. All right, he's doing a lot of witchcraft. He's playing with CERN. He's opening up portals. All right, he's dealing with left-hand demons, man, and these demons are hopping on these people. Okay, we're in a very serious time. All right, and if you're not praying, okay, praying, man. All right, fasting. If you need to be fasting to deal with certain spirits and demons, man, these demons are going to overtake you, right, and me included. All right, if we're not battling, all right, these spirits, all right, via the scriptures, man. Okay, this is why you see a lot of Jake falling out. This is why you see a lot of Jake giving over to them spirits, man. Because we're in the climax of this spiritual battle, all right, and people are waxing cold, all right. People are psycho, man. Okay. But with that, hey man, be very mindful and be very careful how you moving in these last days. Okay, be mindful what you saying to people, how you talking to people. All right, because people are super on edge. All right, but with that, we'll end this lesson, closing out, giving all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and bishops of the Great Millstone. All right, till the next time, Shalom.